Welcome back inside Legacy Arena, getting closer to our main event featuring heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder. In college football crazed Alabama, the Crimson Tide and Auburn Tigers have already stumbled. So on this Saturday night in September, Alabama's only undefeated champ is Deontay Wilder. A Tuscaloosa native, Wilder had dreams of playing big-time college sports, but that all changed when at age 19, his daughter, Naia, was born with spina bifida, a rare and often highly debilitating condition. With new responsibility, Wilder quit school, went to work, and turned to boxing.
Touchdown, Alabama!
When you think about Alabama, you think about football.
It's football.
A lot of people would say football.
The University of Alabama, man, is everything here.
And that was my mentality growing up, to play for the Crimson Tide. I never thought in a million years that I'd be a fighter.
Heavyweight boxing was pretty much unheard of here until my brother started doing it.
Oh, you missed it. I got into boxing because of my daughter, Naia. She has spina bifida. She changed everything. When you hear that your child has a disability, you know, it makes the fight that much more complicated and harder.
You could see the worry in him. I remember Deontay saying, she deserved to have a good life, and I'm gonna make it happen.
She is the reason he's in boxing. She's the reason he walked in that door. There's no question about that.
No parent wants to see their child suffer, but sometimes suffering leads to greatness.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for the main event.
I never thought in a million years that I'd be a heavyweight champion of the world. When I won my belt, my daughter looked me in my eyes and she said, "Dad, I'm proud of you."
The truth is, he's really fighting for something more than himself, and the thing that's been so great about it is he's just gotten hungrier and hungrier. It's not like he achieved a goal and that was it. That wasn't it. That's just the beginning.
Deontay starts off fast. He's the only fighter that come out like that, other than Mike Tyson. He could be the greatest fighter of this era.
When I get you, I'm gonna get you.
He worked his tail off to take the gifts that he had to another level.
I've come a long way as far as a boxer, as far as a person. It hasn't been easy. It makes me who I am, makes me strong as a person, as a champion, as a father, and I wouldn't have it no other way.
And there is Naia in the crowd. Many people born with spina bifida endure several surgeries, and some are never able to walk normally. But Naia, who is now 10 years old, is doing well and even competes in gymnastics. Wilder says he is motivated by his family. Earlier, he chatted with our Kenny Rice.
There's no one in boxing who doesn't know that Deontay is from Alabama. He has been embraced by the fans just as you've embraced your home state. Title defense here tonight, though. Almost everyone's going to be rooting for you. You feeling a little bit of pressure right now?
No pressure at all. You know, I got the first experience out of the way when I defended my title a couple of months ago. Now we're back again. It's just a blessing to me, and I'm ready to display my talent among the audience that's attending, and my debut on NBC as well, too. You know, having been a heavyweight champion since 1985, and I'm opening that book again. I'm breaking those chains, and I want to put on a great performance, and what better place to do it than right here in front of my home.
Not since Larry Holmes. Now, when you come out tonight, what kind of ovation are you expecting?
I'm expecting a electrifying crowd, you know, just like the last time, but even bigger arena now. So it's double what last time, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm ready, I'm excited, I'm excited about it, and this is what I was born to do.
How do you beat Duhaupas tonight, who's come a long way to try to take your belt? He said he feels the pressure is on you.
I stay patient, listen to my corner, listen to my faith, believe in what I've been doing to get me here, and we get the job done.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Wilder traveled about 50 miles to get here. As for Johann, he traveled nearly 5,000 miles. He is looking to shock the world and become the first ever French heavyweight champion. He is taking on the heavy favorite, heavyweight champion, hometown hero, Deontay Wilder. These men will walk when we return.
It's an honor to be representing the state of Alabama. It brings a different spice to the state. You know, it was all about football. Now they're introduced to boxing, and they're loving it. I take every fight serious. I never look past guys, but I definitely look through them. This is the biggest fight of my career. Two things I promised. I promised him I was going to give him his first knockout, and I was going to welcome him to Alabama, and I'm a man of my word.
Johann Duhaupas, the biggest night of his professional career. There is a buzz building here because it is almost time for heavyweight title boxing here in Birmingham. Johann Duhaupas getting set tonight. He will go against undefeated Alabama native Deontay Wilder. Wilder making the second defense of his heavyweight crown. Duhaupas, he comes into this one with a record of 31-2. He says that tonight all of the pressure is on the hometown favorite Deontay Wilder, who is putting his title and his perfect professional record on the line. It's quiet now, but this place is about to get electric when these two men walk into the ring and square off. So as we anticipate this heavyweight bout between these two very big men, Deontay Wilder 6'7", Johann Duhaupas 6'5", here in Birmingham. We're getting ready for an explosive bout. We already saw one earlier tonight. A big night of American heavyweight champions. Let's go to arena announcer Michael C. Williams.
Now set to make his way to the ring, Johann "Reptile" Duhaupas.
Johann Duhaupas walking out for his first fight in America, what is easily the biggest fight of his career. Tonight's attempting to defy the odds, defy this crowd, and become the first French heavyweight title holder in history. He told us that boxing is a dying sport in France, and that a victory tonight would, quote, change everything. If styles make fights, consider this. Deontay Wilder, 33 knockouts. Johann Duhaupas has fought 33 times. He has never been knocked out. In fact, Johann Duhaupas has never even been knocked down. He says he is calm, he is comfortable. He said he would not have taken this fight unless he expected to come here and win it. And again, he told us he has absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain here tonight in Birmingham. He made a point of telling us the pressure is all on the heavyweight champion, Deontay Wilder. He'll be in front of his hometown fans. He'll be looking for an early knockout, looking for some fireworks, and to get this crowd fired up. Duhaupas, he's looking to play spoiler tonight here at Legacy Arena.
Now making his way to the ring, Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder.
Deontay Wilder, he says that here in Alabama, he's even more popular than Nick Saban. And judging by the response from this crowd, he may actually have a case. The champ, as you've noticed, walks out with a mask covering his face. says he found that mask in what he described as a voodoo shop during a trip to New Orleans a few years ago, and he has worn it before fights ever since. He says he uses it to both entertain and to intimidate. Wilder says he felt a hallelujah moment the first time he walked into a gym, and ever since, he has been unleashing hell on his opponents. 34 fights, 34 wins, 33 knockouts, with 18 of them coming in the first round. He is a big man with a massive personality, and he has enormous goals. First and foremost, he wants to be known as America's next great heavyweight champion. Both fighters in the ring. Take a look now at the Corona tail of the tape. We've already mentioned Wilder's size and strength, but on paper, not much to separate these two fighters except their age and, of course, Wilder's world title. As for the rules, no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. Only the referee can stop the fight. Fighters cannot be saved by the bell. If the fight is stopped because of an accidental foul before the completion of round 4, it will be a no contest. It is just about time for the main event. Let's go back to Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Birmingham, live on NBC, the time has come for the Premier Boxing Champions main event. 12 rounds of action for the heavyweight championship. The 3 judges at ringside: Richard Duhaupas, Keith Hughes, and Carlos Pelayo. And the referee in charge of the action is Jack Reese. And now, first introducing the red corner. He wears the black with red trim. His professional record, 31 wins, only 2 losses, 19 wins coming by way of knockout. From Abbeville, France, the challenger, Johann, the Reptile Duhaupas. And across the ring, the champion tonight fights out of the blue corner. He wears the crimson and gold. The 2008 U.S. Olympic bronze medalist as a professional. Tonight stands undefeated at 34-0, 33 victories by way of knockout. Hailing from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, the defending heavyweight champion, Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder.
You tell me.
Okay, just step out now. You good? Deontay, we're gonna turn a little bit here. Get him over. Right here, right here. All right, looking at each other. All right, this is a little high. I'm gonna let him work in here. This is good. Mouthpiece. Mouthpiece. I gave you both instructions in the dressing room. I want to remind you, listen and obey my commands at all time. Protect yourself at all time. Fight hard. Fight clean. Good luck to both of you.
All right, here we go. Deontay Wilder, 34-0, 33 by knockout. For what it's worth, Alabama won earlier 34-0 over Louisiana Monroe. Wilder with the quick hands, the long arms, comes out fast. Incredible physique. And Johann Duhaupas out of Abbeville, France, about 120 miles north of Paris, 31-2, 19 by knockout, but he is a huge underdog. It is the fight of his life. Ready to give Duhaupas any shot at all here tonight?
I gave him a shot, yes. I mean, these are heavyweights. And I want to see what he has once he lands a punch.
B.J. Wilder went into his last fight against Eric Molina with an injured right hand. Says he was a bit careful in using it, very measured, but it's a good shape for tonight. Stopped Ferreira in the 9th round, knocking him down 4 times.
Yeah, Marv, you know, he talked about the right hand in the fighter meetings and said it was, you know, pretty good. He's learning to deal with it. But when you punch as hard as Deontay Wilder, there's always a tendency to have injuries. So looking forward to seeing how that hand is recovered and how he uses it tonight. But it's interesting that Duhaupas comes right out in the first round, walking Wilder down with that daunted punching power. Very interesting strategy by the kid from France.
Got a cut from a punch. From a punch.
Referee, the veteran Jack Reese out of Brooklyn by way of Oxnard, California. Having a 39th world title fight.
Duhaupas doing the right thing. He's really taking the fight to Wilder. Putting pressure, applying pressure early in the round.
And if you're Wilder, Ray, you don't want to get too rattled. Just sit on your back foot, use that jab, touch him up. You already see the nose reddening of Duhaupas. So, you know, Wilder's very heavy-handed, and just be patient and look for opportunities to open your man up.
And Wilder, his jab, solid left jab.
Duhaupas' last fight taking place in Moscow last April, won by majority decision over Manuel Char of Lebanon, coming off a loss by decision. He is the 4th Frenchman to fight for a heavyweight title.
Duhaupas not showing any fear here, Marv. He comes right out looking to land shots himself. Trying to walk Deontay back to the corner.
Powerful right hand by Wilder. But he also has to be very careful. Duhaupas swinging, you know, just swinging punches, throwing his punches. One of those punches can land.
See, Johann's ambition is not really to land too many punches. It's just to kind of get close to Deontay and get Deontay feeling uncomfortable. So, very interesting strategy. Comes out trying to take the right hands from Deontay and just let him know, hey, I'm here to fight too.
Looks like Duhaupas has been cut on the bridge of his nose as he tries to trap Wilder in the corner.
Stop punching. Step away from each other.
So that is the end of round 1. Scheduled for 12. BJ, what do you like about Deontay Wilder?
You know, Marv, of course, we talked about Deontay Wilder. He looks the part, 6'7", 83-inch reach, but he's also a very quick starter. The majority of his knockouts have come in the very first round, so the kid has power and he likes to show it off very early. But what he's got to do tonight if he wants to win, he's got to use his left jab to set Duhaupas up effectively for the right hand. We see Duhaupas being aggressive already in the beginning, so Deontay's just got to be patient, sit back, and look for opportunities to set his man up. And here in the first round, he already landed a big right hand that, you know, drew blood from Duhaupas. Look at this nice right hand right on the bridge of the nose. Maybe that wasn't the replay we were looking for, but good shots from Duhaupas right there. Pushed him back off the corner, creating a little space from Deontay. And maybe that was what caused the blood.
Guys, you look at the numbers. Wilder outlanded Duhaupas 35-9 in the first round, connected on 17 of 47 jabs. And you can see the blood on Johann. On to round 2. Duhaupas goes 6'5", and Wilder 6'7", has an 83-inch real hard right hand by Wilder.
Nice straight jab by Duhaupas.
When Wilder throws a punch, he throws with such conviction. I mean, he knows exactly where he wants to land it with power.
Duhaupas effectively going to the body of Wilder.
He took a good right hand there, Marv. He's got to be careful not to walk into too many right hands at Deontay Wilder, because once he starts getting some good leverage on that shot, it could be lights out.
Duhaupas raising his guard, has a decent jab. He'll take punches, tries to answer with a combination.
Yeah, but I like what Johann's doing here, Marv. He comes to Alabama, he flies all the way across the world. He's like, look, I'm not scared of you. I'm going to walk right out, I'm going to take your best stuff, and I'm going to, you know, fire back on the body.
It is his debut fighting in the U.S., but it's his second trip to the United States. He was in Las Vegas taking part in the World Series of Poker. I asked, how did you do? He said, not very well.
Duhaupas is not, I mean, at all intimidated. He's coming in there, but as he comes in, the jab of Wilder is really doing a lot of damage, and those body shots too.
Good combination by Wilder.
And this is all a learning experience for Deontay. You know, he's only been the heavyweight champion for what? This is his second fight now. So, you know, in his last fight against Eric Molina, he learned a lot. Be patient. Use his physical tools. This fight, he's got a whole different set of things he's going to learn from Johann Duhaupas.
There are several individuals around the world watching this fight very closely. They would be Klitschko, Fury, Povetkin.
Vladimir Klitschko, definitely an interesting guy. You know, the only belt that he doesn't really possess. So this is another guy who's obviously been mentioned as a possible opponent for Klitschko, and one that he's very interested in after Tyson Fury, Mark.
Wilder's very comfortable here, just picking his shots, looking for the opening.
Crowd getting behind Deontay Wilder.
And you see Deontay starting to get a little more comfortable, sliding back, using the left jab, finding his range a little better. The pressure of Johann Duhaupas, you know, didn't confuse Deontay at all, but, you know, it kind of made him a bit uncomfortable. But in the second round, he's doing much better.
And the jab Wilder, it's really, it's a thing of beauty. It's a serious weapon. Seems to be a little swelling on the left eye, under the left eye of Wilder. Real puffiness.
It's a heavyweight fight, Ray.
Not too many people that expected this to move on to a round 3.
Look, split the gloves, split them gloves, split them. He's got his hands this way. Just keep splitting the gloves.
Deontay Wilder getting instructions from his trainer, Mark Breland, the 1984 Olympic gold medalist. Two-time welterweight title holder. Our 1800 kilo quarter cap.
That's all he's counting on. All right, keep that jab going.
It is on to round 3. Our unofficial score, boxing writer Jake Donovan had the first two, 10-9 for Wilder, who has landed 84% of his power shots.
That was a powerful left jab a couple times by Duhaupas. He's trying to hit that target, make it worse.
Duhaupas telling us several times yesterday that he felt that all the pressure is on Wilder, who is fighting in his home area in Birmingham, Alabama.
Nice left jab by Duhaupas. That's a weapon we didn't really knew he had, Marv, because we've never really seen him use it in fights previous. He comes out here in the beginning of this third round, sticks it right in the champion's face, and he's got a puffy left eye.
He feels that Wilder sometimes is too open, as he put it. Wilder puts his face in the window at times.
And he's trying to break the window. But Wilder needs to keep those hands a little higher. Especially protect that left eye.
You see Duhaupas not intimidated, Ray. How important is that for him to come in against a guy with 33 knockouts in 34 fights and, you know, walk right at him in those first rounds?
Well, he's showing a great deal of heart, and like you said, he's not intimidated at all.
Oh, good right hand landed by Wilder.
And Marv, that's the range where Wilder needs to be to land that big right hand. He's got to get his left jab going, though, if he wants to continue to land that shot, because Duhaupas now walking to him, and it's going to make it easy if he sets him up with the left jab.
That was the most effective punch over these first 3 rounds. Here comes Duhaupas.
Wilder is really accurate and pretty quick for a big man, 6'7".
I see him looking to set that right hand up, Ray.
Strong right hand lands to the side of the head of Duhaupas.
Big punches.
From Wilder. Duhaupas in trouble. Wilder with combinations. Wilder trying to come up with a knockout here in round 3. Duhaupas trying to hang in, trying to punch his way out of it.
And what a great defense Duhaupas is showing, Mark. He took some of Deontay Wilder's best punches right there, and he's still right in front of him. I'm impressed.
Stop. Break. Separate.
action-packed round 3 here at Legacy Arena in Birmingham, Alabama. Deontay Wilder with the straight left, followed by the right hook, but somehow Duhaupas standing on his feet.
And we see Deontay Wilder really starting to get loosened up in that 3rd round, letting his hands go with an assortment of big punches all over Duhaupas. Duhaupas standing in front of him, taking Deontay's best shots, but visibly shaken by some of those shots, Ray.
Wow, I mean, he took some big shots there, and here, to the head, he kept his composure.
It has been all Deontay Wilder, although Johann Duhaupas has been able to hang in as we open up in round 4. Wilder not able to connect.
Swinging for the fences with that big right uppercut.
Watch the back of the head.
Duhaupas is really applying a lot of pressure here.
Deontay's got to remember here, Marv, just to keep using that jab. He's going to soften Duhaupas up if he keeps using it, and eventually he'll land that big right hand and get him out of here. Just got to stay consistent.
All right, let's check in with Kenny Rice.
All right, thanks, Marv. I'm in the Wilder corner with Mark Breland. Mark, what about the fight so far?
Well, you know, he's showing a good, you know, the other guy, he's showing that he can stand a good punch. But, you know, Deontay's, you know, he's listening to what we're doing. It's just a matter of now. It's just a different style. Just the style is throwing him off a little bit. But he's gonna pull it out.
Any concern about the swelling around the eye?
No. Because we work out like in the gym. Sometimes we work with one eye, sometimes we work with the other eye, just in case something like this happens.
All right, thanks, Mark. Marv?
All right, midway through round 4. Right hand by Duhaupas, answered by Wilder.
Just a beautiful shot by Wilder, Marv, off the ropes. You saw him skate out to his right. He tracked Duhaupas, got him to square up, and fired that big left hook, caught him, and hurt him a little bit against the ropes there.
That left hand of Wilder is like a measuring stick for that right hand.
And you don't see things like that from heavyweights very often. That was more like a welterweight or a Floyd Mayweather move there. He skated off to his right, set him up. His man squared up, hit him with a beautiful left hook, and nice move by the big man.
And Wilder continues to get that left jab in. Duhaupas goes to the body. See the blood over the left eye of Duhaupas.
He's got some blood from the bridge of his nose too, Marv.
Wilder just missed on that uppercut.
Good punch selection from Wilder with that uppercut when Duhaupas trying to walk in like that.
That was a double left hook to the midsection by Wilder.
I like that too, Ray. He's got to make sure he doesn't stand too straight up when he tries to shoot it. Bend his knees a little bit because he's vulnerable for that split second. So Deontay can get more leverage if he bends down a little bit on that left hook.
Marv Albert, Sugar Ray Leonard, BJ Flores, Kenny Rice, Liam McHugh. We're in Birmingham, Alabama, as we head to a round 5.
Some of the action in the clinch in the last round. Duhaupas getting inside on Wilder, landing some good shots, one in the back of the head, and a couple good shots afterwards, letting him know he's still in this fight. Another good overhand right by Deontay Wilder. He mixed those punches up a lot that round, Ray. He brought the right hand right down the middle, brought it to the outside, caught Duhaupas, but Duhaupas still right in front of him.
You gotta work that, you gotta bang that body every now and then. He's taking a good shot. Bang the body every now and then. His nose is cut real bad.
Mark Breland in the corner of Deontay Wilder with Jay Dees, who's co-manager with Shelly Finkel. Through 4 rounds, Wilder has outlanded Duhaupas 124-47. That's a commanding edge. Also has a 60-18 power advantage. But Duhaupas continues to hang in.
Well, the condition of Wilder's left eye gives him a little bit more confidence.
I mean, you know, if I'm in the corner of Wilder and my left eye is swelling, I'm going to have my fighter move to the right. Why walk right into the right hand of Duhaupas? That's the one punch he's been able to land so far. So move to your right, put yourself in better position to land your own right hand and out of the way of Duhaupas' right hand. Doesn't really make sense to me. There, you see it right there.
And it's the looping right hand that would be effective.
Nobody punched. 100%, but you see how Wilder's sliding to his left, right into the right hand of Duhaupas. It's a little confusing to me, Ray. I'd have him going the other way.
And that eye is a target. You can see Duhaupas aiming for it.
Yeah, more stuff from Wilder here. You see he's just kind of walking out to his left side, looking to land his left hand, but he's taking some right hands in the process, Ray, and it makes it a little dangerous.
Good combination by Wilder. You know he wants to end it as soon as possible before he gets into further trouble with that eye. Oh, the roundhouse right from Wilder, followed by the left.
And you see in boxing, Marv, even in the heavyweight division, the punch that hurts you the most is the punch that you don't see. And Duhaupas is able to see those punches and get a tight guard before they land.
You know, most people thought, myself included, thought that it would be a blowout here. But Duhaupas was very confident with his conviction of, I'll be there.
And he's showing the kind of mental toughness that, you know, has made up his entire career. Listen, I fought in 8 different countries. I believe in myself. I'm coming here. I feel no pressure. And I'm going to test this young man. And, you know, even though he's losing every round so far, he's definitely providing a test to a young champion.
He really is.
Uppercut from Wilder. Duhaupas hanging on. 35 seconds remaining in the 5th. Combinations by Wilder. Uppercut. Right hand. Left hand. Uppercut. That right paw somehow remaining on his feet.
That right uppercut, Marv, is a game changer and a punch that Deontay Wilder just discovered and got Duhaupas in a lot of trouble. He hasn't seen that punch so far.
And the referee, Jack Reese, asked Duhaupas, is he all right? Final seconds, 5th round. Wilder coming on strong in the 5th. Deontay Wilder. Problems with the eye. Duhaupas not able to take advantage. Wilder with a strong finish. The corner of Johann, Duhaupas. Wilder outlanding Duhaupas 31-3 over the last minute of round 5. Referee Jack Reese told Duhaupas, show me something or I'm stopping it. That left eye of Wilder nearly closed. And obviously the realization that he better try to put this to an end.
Just great shots by Wilder to the body.
And Wilder in that last round, Marv, really discovered that right uppercut while Duhaupas was walking inside and got him in a lot of trouble. And that last round could have even been scored a 10-8 with all the punishment that Duhaupas took because he was in a lot of trouble there.
Unofficial score, Jake Donovan has it as a 50-45 lead for Wilder, who's won all 5 rounds. I don't think there's any question about that. Although there will be questions about Wilder after this fight. Combination by Wilder.
And you see Wilder get in those moments, Marv, where he'll take a shot and he kind of looks like he gets warmed up and almost a little irritated. So when you get the big guy angry, he really lets his hands go and he puts Duhaupas in trouble pretty much every time he connects solidly. Beautiful right hand.
That started with an uppercut and again the right hand came with the left. Jack Reese, you get the idea, checking it out very carefully. He warned that he might stop it because Duhaupas has been taking a beating the last 2 rounds.
Well, Wilder now starting to really put his punches together with the combinations to the body, looping right hands. He goes upstairs, downstairs. The uppercuts were working fine.
Right hand missed. missed on Duhaupas.
Okay, good, step back. Good, we're good. Box.
Coming up on a minute remaining, 6th round.
Deontay really setting up that right hand nicely off the jab. Now, in these middle rounds here, Mark, 6, 7, 8, he can really continue to sock Duhaupas with that left hand. He's walking in, and both guys have kind of lowered their defenses a little bit.
Well, what's happening, too, Duhaupas is throwing one punch, pretty much.
Big left hook by Deontay. You know, in the beginning rounds, both fighters are a little more tentative to get close to each other. Now they're right in front of each other, and that left jab could really be effective.
And it's a good stiff left jab, too.
It is. From both fighters, right? Duhaupas can take advantage of, getting close to Deontay with that left jab. He's hit him with it when he shot it.
True.
Little shuffle by Deontay Wilder. Well, this round coming to a close.
Some of the highlights from the fight so far with Deontay Wilder really setting up that right hand effectively. Duhaupas was getting in some good shots earlier. Deontay regaining himself and getting comfortable with his spacing again in that 3rd and 4th round. 2 rounds ago, he discovered the right uppercut, Ray, and really found a home for that and got Duhaupas in a lot of trouble in the last round, opening up with more combinations and really starting to feel comfortable with where he's at in this fight so far.
BJ, this is Wilder's 3rd straight fight past 4 rounds after previous 32 of his fights ended in 4 or less. That has to do with the quality of opposition as his career has progressed.
Absolutely, and you see him kind of strut out in the beginning of this 7th round here, Marv. He walked right to the middle of the ring almost to say, okay, let's fight. I'm not waiting back on my stool, and my rest time is over, and I don't even need it all.
Well, I mentioned earlier that Wilder has the ingredients to be a great champion, a successful fighter. And he has, and he's showing it with heart, with animation, with character.
And Ray, he's got a tough competitor in front of him tonight. You know, a lot of people did not know who Johann was, and rightfully so. We haven't heard of him over here in America, but he's really a tough fighter, and he's showed a lot of heart tonight.
Oh, left hand, and that hurt Duhaupas once again. Wilder followed up by going to the body. It has been all beyond Deontay Wilder, but Duhaupas has been taking incredible punishment right from the start.
Duhaupas has an incredible chin. He's been hit by some solid shots, like you said, Mark. Look at those shots.
By Duhaupas, he's hurt.
And when Deontay gets that space like that, Duhaupas in a lot of trouble because it gives him leverage to land that right uppercut and that right hand.
I think Jack Reese is thinking about it.
Duhaupas been taking some serious punches here.
Minute 20 left, round 7. Now Wilder measuring.
And Deontay, when he gets on the inside, Mark, he's got to make sure to put his left foot forward and his right foot back. You see how he's kind of square right now? It makes it difficult for him to get a lot of leverage on those punches. So go back to proper boxing position right there. Get your left shoulder forward and rip those shots, and you'll have more in effect.
Duhaupas, 34 years old, from Anville, France. 31-2, 19 by knockout. You mentioned people here had no idea who he was. He's not particularly well known in Europe.
This fight here is going to make Wilder even a much better fighter. The experience he's gaining here.
I agree, Ray. I think every champion needs fights like this to, really test themselves. And, every guy's not going to fall down and curl down whenever you touch him with the first right hand. So Wilder's learning a lot about himself and about, his capability and what he can do when he gets into these middle rounds.
And that swollen eye provided a scare. That slowed things down momentarily. This will move on to a round 8.
Some very precise work from Deontay Wilder in that last round. You saw him setting up the right hand, digging that nice right uppercut into the body, and really getting a lot of leverage on these shots now, Ray. You see this was a part of his attack that he hadn't really discovered until this fight. You never really see him coming in. And then at the very end of the round, Johann Duhaupas landing his own nice short right uppercut on the inside. We talked about that punch before the fight, and he's showing it's still effective for him.
Very much so. Wilder took some shots himself.
In the past, Wilder has been a low-volume, high-accuracy fighter. Tonight, we've seen high-volume, high-accuracy, but we are in round 8.
And Wilder's going to learn a lot more from a fight like this than a quick 1 or 2 round knockout mark. Going into these middle rounds with a tough guy, taking punches, and looking what's open and making openings instead of just looking, and trying to take something that your opponent's giving you. He's got to go out and create it, and Deontay's going to come away from this a much better fighter, like Ray mentioned.
Better fighter, more experience. This is a real good level of competition for him.
And as you saw, it is all Deontay Wilder on the scorecard.
And especially if they're talking about Deontay Wilder fighting Alexander Povetkin next, you can see why they select a guy like Johann Duhaupas, a guy who's going to come forward with his hands up, be very strong, very physical, and Deontay's going to have to be better for Alexander Povetkin, of course.
That is the mandatory challenge, which might be in the near future with Povetkin of Russia going against Wilder. And it was slated to be Klitschko and Tyson Fury, but Klitschko was injured in a training session the other day, so that fight has been postponed. Deontay telling us that his ultimate goal is to be the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. The last to do it, Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield.
And to be a heavyweight and a top heavyweight, Marv, it takes time and progression. If you look back on Vladimir Klitschko whenever he was 30 years of age, almost 10 years ago when he was fighting the likes of Chris Bird and Hasim Rahman, those guys, he was still kind of developing himself and learning. So, Deontay's still got a ways to go, but he's got so much potential and so much ability. And that's the thing that's exciting about it.
Wilder, 29 years old, will be 30 in 3 weeks, started late, but heavyweights have started late over the years.
Absolutely. If you look back in the past, Ray Mercer was an Olympic gold medalist. He started boxing at, in his early 20s. He won a gold medal at 29. Deontay Wilder, there's other examples of it, but when you got that one-punch power, it seems there's always a place for you in the heavyweight division of boxing.
Johann Duhaupas looking, if you can say someone looks fresher, despite the fact that his face is filled with blood.
I think Wilder has to be very careful moving back, straight back. Because as Duhaupas comes in, he throws those looping right hands.
One of those rounds with little action, but action-packed for 7. Don't miss these upcoming Premier Boxing Champions. This Tuesday, the PBS on FS1, October 10th, NBC SN will feature Danny O'Connor and Gabriel Bracero. And Saturday afternoon, October 17th, right here on NBC, Lamont Peterson taking on Felix Diaz.
Beautiful right hand by Wilder right there, setting it up with a nice straight left jab. Duhaupas showing a ton of heart though, Ray, coming back and pushing Wilder in the end of that round and actually looking the fresher of the two, through numerous parts of the round.
He retaliates. He's coming back with the punches of his own.
Round 9 is scheduled for 12. Wilder with a strong right hand to the head of Johann Duhaupas.
Wilder has to be careful because, again, Duhaupas is still throwing punches back. And he can't stand straight up like that.
Now the scouting report on Duhaupas, slow hands, slow feet. That is not good, obviously. and tends to tire late in longer fights, but had a pretty good 9th round.
You know, I'm not sure who said that Duhaupas had slow hands. I never saw the slow hands on the film that I watched of him, but he seemed like a guy who just kind of walked forward and would be there and vulnerable to the right hand of Deontay Wilder. And, you know, he has come forward and done that, but he's taken the punches very well so far, Mark.
I thought his hands were slow, but apparently they're not. I mean, he really puts his punches together. And he's in great shape.
And we don't want to take away from what Deontay Wilder's doing. He's, you know, outlanded him and beat him every single round and really dominated the fight. I think we're all just a little surprised because nobody knew who Duhaupas was coming into this fight.
You see the differential total punches landed the last 4 rounds. And remember, the last time out, it was not an easy time for Wilder against Eric Molina, even though he came up with the stoppage here in Birmingham with a knockout in the 9th round. He had knocked Molina down 4 times, but Molina was able to hang in. Duhaupas trying to go on the attack.
Wilder's got a high knockout percentage here, Mark, but it looks like, you know, at the pace of the fight right now, he's looking just to kind of pick his spots, and this fight could end up going the full 12 rounds. 33 knockouts in 34 fights, but we might be going 12.
In fact, Duhaupas has looked stronger as this bout has progressed.
Nice right hand by Wilder. Kind of landed on the back of the head, but not his fault there. Coming back with a hook like his corner's been asking him to do. Good punches by him. And then later in the round, once again, guys, Duhaupas showing that heart, showing that resiliency, and continuing to push the champion into the late rounds of this fight.
2 more rounds, okay? Let's do it. You're boxing smart. Don't lose focus. Don't. Zeg gewoon, maak niet van die afverstelling.
10. Our 1800 tequila corner cab, you can see the end swill being applied under the left eye of Deontay Wilder, and that has certainly curtailed him through a couple of the rounds. This is the 2nd time in Wilder's career that he's gone past the 9th round.
And it's a learning experience for him, Marv. A lot of times when you got all those knockouts early in your career, it's tough to know how to compose and handle yourself when you get to the later rounds in the fight. So this is a great learning experience for Wilder, and he'll be better because of it.
And Ray, there were a couple of times earlier in the bout that the referee, Jack Reese, was thinking about stopping it, and even mentioned that to Duhaupas.
Well, at one point, it seemed like it was over, but Duhaupas didn't agree with that. In fact, he's coming back strong here with this great right hand landing on Wilder.
Combination from Wilder.
Beautiful left hook by Wilder. But still just a little too much head hunting, Marv. Just, you know, Duhaupas got both of his hands up. He's ready for the shots from Wilder up top. He's not ready for the body shots. Good short right hand by Deontay.
What Wilder needs to do is throw not 1, 2 punches, throw 3 punches.
Exactly. That's a lot easier said than done in the 10th round. I know in the 10th round your arms are getting very, very heavy.
But you know, the fact of the matter is, Duhaupas is waiting for that. He's not waiting for 3 shots, he's waiting for 2 shots.
Exactly. Deontay with his hands up, but he sees the punches coming, so getting knocked around a little bit with those shots by Duhaupas, but he sees him coming, and he's got a high guard, so nothing too dangerous, but definitely wants to stay out of harm's way. Nice left jab.
I've not seen that jab, which is usually effective for Wilder, as frequently as he has demonstrated it in the past.
And that's something, Marv, that he's going to need if he wants to compete against the Povetkin's and the Klitschko's in the world. He's going to have to be consistent with that piston-like jab, not just in the first few rounds, but all throughout the fight to keep those types of opponents honest.
Combination from Wilder. Duhaupas hurt. Wilder continues to put the pressure on and then stop it. A long look from the referee, Jack Reese.
Right? You need to keep your head up. Keep your back. Box.
25 seconds left. Round 10.
And if I'm wrong,
the left hook combination.
Stop.
And Duhaupas will be able to last this very difficult round. Deontay Wilder putting together combinations followed by the left hook to decisively take that round. So we'll move on to round 11 of the scheduled 12-round heavyweight title holder fight.
And you see what Deontay's doing here, Marv. He's landing the shots on the inside, and he's sliding over to his right side to create that pocket to land that left uppercut and that left hook. You see at this angle, Duhaupas can't see where the punches are coming from. Very good move by Deontay and allowing him to create more offensive opportunities by sliding over to his right, getting in that pocket, and creating a new angle to land shots. Devastating blows from Deontay in that last round, right?
It's the one that I couldn't believe he survived that. And Wilder is really picking the pace up too.
Combination can't block everything.
That's a long. Our 1800 tequila quarter cam. A moment ago, referee Jack Reese had the ringside position, examined Johann Duhaupas in the corner as he took a pounding in the final 30 seconds of round 10. I know it has been mentioned that Duhaupas has never been knocked down, but he did go down once on a slip. He's never cleanly gone down and has not gone down to this point, which is astounding. Combination again from Wilder with the left hand.
They'll have to stop this.
It's all over. Deontay Wilder has stopped Johann Duhaupas in the 11th round, and it was not easy. DJ Sugar, no question, this the toughest fight in the career of Deontay Wilder. He now goes to 35-0, 34 by knockout, but this a very long night for Wilder.
A long night, but I tell you, a magnificent night. He should be extremely happy, proud of himself. Great fight, great heart from both guys.
And Marv, I think Deontay Wilder's toughest fight was with Bermane Stiverne, but this is his second toughest fight. And you know, he showed a lot of things tonight. You know, Deontay took some punches. He had a very durable and tough guy in front of him, very much like Bermane Stiverne. But this time, he got the stoppage victory late in the fight, and that's what we as fans of boxing want to see: late round knockout power in this heavyweight division.
It's the latest that Wilder has gone to score a knockout. And Johann Duhaupas has earned some paychecks, certainly overseas.
we see what started it here. Deontay Wilder once again got active with that right uppercut in the 4th round, continued using it all the way into this round, and really started the ball rolling again. Ray caught Duhaupas with those big punches. Duhaupas was already in bad shape from the last round, and really just the finishing touches on an excellent performance from Deontay Wilder.
Well, the volume of punches that Wilder has thrown is tremendous. It's amazing.
Yeah, very good condition for a heavyweight. And look, it's not like he didn't show that he wasn't vulnerable tonight. He took some punches. He showed he's still got things he's got to work on. But the thing we're also excited about is his size, his power, his speed, and very charismatic. So, nice to see Deontay Wilder finish the job like that. Very impressive with those inside punches and just, on to the next assignment.
That's it. Stop in the 11th round, the only time that he'd gone the distance. Wilder won that 12-round decision to win the title, defeating Berman Stavern of Haiti. Wilder winning by unanimous decision, becoming the first unbeaten American to win the heavyweight title since Riddick Bowe in 1992. But in this instance, Johann Duhaupas, who was a complete unknown, was able to hang in. I mean, people say 2nd round knockout, 3rd round knockout. Why are these guys fighting? Well, Duhaupas certainly proved that he can hang in, and this will lead to many more fights in his career.
You can't judge a book by its cover, they say. Duhaupas put up an incredible fight.
I think he showed a lot of toughness and a lot of resiliency. We didn't expect him to have the type of chin and stand up to the type of right hands that he did. So, let's not take anything away from Deontay. He won every single round. He hurt him. He showed what we thought he would show. But, Duhaupas really came to fight tonight, Marvin. And unfortunately for him, it wasn't enough, but a great showing on his behalf.
But, BJ, the concern was when Duhaupas was able to land on the eye of Wilder. Had he continued to land, there would have been the danger of stopping the fight.
Absolutely, Mark, but that was a big if. He was only able to land at certain spots, and, Deontay was able to get that under control and move away from those punches. So that was never really a concern to me. But, if he would have, then obviously it would have been problems for Deontay.
Deontay Wilder, 29 years old, from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Considered Alabama's world champion and retains that title here tonight with a stoppage in round 11.
The time has come for the heavyweight championship.
Duhaupas doing the right thing. He's really taking the fight to Wilder.
Hard right hand by Wilder. Strong right hand lands to the side of the head. A right hand. Duhaupas has been taking incredible punishment right from the start. It's all over.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes officially 55 seconds into round number 11. The winner by TKO and still the heavyweight champion, Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder.
Chris, 55 seconds into round 11. Deontay Wilder with the stoppage of Johann Duhaupas of Abbeville, France. Deontay and his daughter, the major reason he says that he made his way into boxing at one point at the age of 19 after enrolling in a community college in Tuscaloosa. He worked at an IHOP, a Red Lobster restaurant, was a delivery driver to pay the bills, to earn money, to help raise his daughter, who was born with that spinal condition, and then turned to boxing, beginning his amateur career. Growing up, he told us he loved watching Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield. At the time, he was more of a basketball and football fan, and as an amateur won the bronze in the 2008 Olympics, which led to his nickname as the Bronze Bomber, and began his professional career back in November of 2009 with a second-round TKO. Now look at the Applebee's final statistics. Deontay Wilder landing 326 total punches to only 98 for Duhaupas. 587 thrown. He landed at a 56% percentage. It was an overwhelming performance, but Duhaupas just did not go down. And there was that concern under the left eye of Deontay Wilder about halfway through the bout. Let's go to Kenny Rice with Deontay Wilder.
All right, thanks, Marv. Undefeated and still champ before the home crowd. Deontay, evaluate your performance tonight.
Man, first off, I gotta give God the glory. My saying is, if you give God the glory, he will give you the victory. And that's forever. I like to thank Al Heyman, I like to thank Shelly Finkles, I like to thank my bomb squad, I like to thank Lou DiBella Promotions. Man, I like to thank PBC on NBC, man, my debut on here. I haven't had a heavyweight title fight in over 30 years, and I'm being able to break that chain. And most of all, man, I love Alabama. Oh my God.
And it seems like the feeling certainly is mutual. To come in here, you said there was no pressure on you because you'd be embraced by the fans as you were. As this fight went on and as you got that lump under your eye that I'm looking at right now, were you feeling a little pressure at any time tonight?
I wasn't feeling no pressure at all. You know, I'm well experienced. I've been doing this for a while now. I got a lot of experience under my belt. You know, I know it's tough fighting at home because you want to please, you want to entertain the crowd. The people came out and they paid their hard-earned money, so they definitely want to see a show. And then y'all get a show tonight. Oh my God.
Woo! Did Johann do some things that may have surprised you because you came in here as a big favorite?
He did everything we expected him to do. We knew he was tough. We knew he was mentally tough. We knew he was going to come. That's why I tell people you can't criticize nobody you don't know. The most scariest people are the ones you don't know of. Them the most dangerous ones. And I tell, man, he got a hell of a chin as well too. And that's what it's all about, coming in here. When you fight for a world title, it brings a different beast, a bit different animal out of fighters. They come to get their all, whether they at home or whether they on the road. And man, you got to give him the credit, man. He did an excellent job, man, and he definitely has my respect.
Let's take a look at some of the hits tonight in this one. And there were some big hits for both. You seem to be able to get the body shots in there a little later on and get back in there after taking some good jabs from him.
Yeah, most definitely. He was very strong. Definitely got a nice chin. I see why he's never been stopped before. You know, with 32 wins and 2 losses, never been stopped, man. He got a hell of a chin, man, and it was a great performance. That's what it's all about, man. Bring a title to Alabama, man, and bringing these warriors here to get Alabama fans, my fans worldwide. And I'd like to thank the fans that tuned in to on PBC on NBC as well too, man. It was a wonderful night.
Did you think you were going to be able to finish this fight? 10th round, you came close, but he was still going into the 11th.
Most definitely. You know, I thought it was going to go out. I was prepared to go all 12 rounds, man. But, you know, I started listening to my corner. They would start saying, coming with the punches and bunches. And, you know, all you can do is listen to your corner, man.
You're still undefeated. You have the belt. You told us yesterday that eventually you want to be like Tyson, like Holyfield, another Alabama native. You wanted to be the undisputed champ. How will this play out? When do you think eventually you'll get that shot at Vladimir Klitschko?
I'm not for sure. Hopefully we can do it sometime at the end of next year sometime. You know, we got to get these mandatories out the way as well too. So, you know, people got to understand they got to stay patient. The key is to stay patient, guys. This is a process in this, and it's also a business as well too. But that fight is surely coming around. As long as I keep winning, which I will, and as long as he keep winning, you know, that should come around real soon. And soon we can have our undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, which is me, baby.
And you guys have sparred
before. We definitely have sparred. I done went over 50-something plus round with with the Klitschko. So, you know, I'm the younger guy, so the more time passes by, that's an advantage for me. You know, I feel so, you know, tonight, each and every fight, I prove a little bit more about what people don't know about me. Of course, I can take a punch. Of course, I can box, and I can fight in the inside, too. I'm a hell of a fighter in the inside. A lot of people don't know that, but, you know, I displayed a lot tonight, and I showed a lot, and I'd like to thank my opponent for giving me the opportunity to show tonight due to his toughness. Without his toughness and ability to keep coming, I wouldn't be able to display what I had.
Thank you very much. Congratulations, Deontay.
I love you, Alabama!
Marv.
All right, Kenny, thanks. Tonight, Premier Boxing Champions coverage continues on NBCSN at 11:15 Eastern Time as heavyweight Charles Martin takes on Vicente Sanchez. Charles Martin, 21-0, 19 by knockout. He's won 15 in a row by KO. Log on to NBCSports.com to find the channel in your area. So more boxing to come. We'll take a break. Back to Birmingham, Alabama in a moment.
Premier Boxing Champions on NBC is brought to you by Corona, who invites you to find your beach. By Applebee's Original All-In Burgers, and by 1800 Tequila. Enough said. Welcome back to Legacy Arena. It lasted longer than we expected, but Deontay Wilder goes to 34-0, his 33rd knockout. For some final thoughts on his performance tonight, let's go back down to Marv, VJ, and Ray.
All right, thank you, Liam. All right, guys, your impression of what took place here tonight. Ray?
I was very, very impressed with both fighters, particularly with Wilder, because he shows so much heart and patience like a real champ.
You know, I think Duhaupas showed up and he had a lot of heart and determination, but we expected this from Wilder and he did exactly that. You know, another step moving forward to the bigger names in the heavyweight division, and impressive knockout late round in the fight.
All right, let's get back to Liam.
Marv, thanks. It's already been a big night for undefeated American heavyweights. Dominic Breazeale and Deontay Wilder both picking up victories. We want to thank you so much for watching Premier Boxing Champions on NBC. A reminder, 11:20 Eastern, you can switch over to NBCSN. Our heavyweight fighting continues. It is a fight between Charles Martin and Vicente Sanchez. Charles Martin undefeated, 21-0-1, 19 knockouts, including 11 straight. Of course, then be sure to tune in Saturday, October 10th on NBCSN for our next live PBC event as Southpaw Danny O'Connor looks for revenge against Gabriel Bracero. Coming up next on NBC, except on the West Coast, it is your local news. And tonight at 11:30, 10:30 Central, it is Saturday Night Live with host Louis C.K. and musical guest Rihanna. A big night of boxing here in Birmingham. Deontay Wilder defends his heavyweight title, but boxing will continue over on NBCSN at 11:20. As for now, so long from Legacy Arena in Birmingham, Alabama.